Texas League Baseball is next. And a good evening, everybody. We welcome you into the live broadcast of Texas League Baseball. And now, here's the voice of your San Antonio Missions, the one, the only, John Baker. Well, thank you, Bob, and a good evening, everybody. We welcome you into Wednesday Night Baseball here with your San Antonio Missions. It is the second game of our three-game set against the visiting Corpus Christi Hooks and your San Antonio Missions. Well, gotta say, it's gonna be Military Appreciation Night here at the ballpark as we salute those in uniform, those that serve our country, and those that proudly serve our community, such as our firefighters, our police, our first responders, and those that are in the broadcast, and thank you valiantly for your service. Tonight, if you are here at the ball game, you can get in for free. Just show your proof and ID that you are a service member, and you can get in for free on the ball game. So the ball game will be on the house tonight, and so far, going to be a pretty good way to celebrate Military Appreciation Night here in this final first half here at home. And so far, Military Appreciation Night will return when we take on the Midland Rockhounds. And so far, going to be a pretty good thing. We love our service members. We also love our president, like Donald J. Trump, as he tries to make America great again. And that's what he's doing right now. But anyway, well, we keep politics out of baseball. I do apologize about that. But anyway, just saying what's from the heart. And so far, well, he's our commander-in-chief. And so far, our military, those that keep us safe, you know, we salute them with a lot of dignity and respect. And they have my respect 130%. And so far, that's a big number. And really, it is. Well, we're joined in the booth by my partner, Bob. Bob, good evening. Good evening, John. How are you? I am swell. How are you? Well, doing good there, John. Well, just super excited that we're here in this broadcast. And so far, John, Military Appreciation Night, Wednesday, here at the ballpark. We're just super excited. Yeah, we are. Well, anyway, the rained-out game last night, Amarillo was called to winning that one. So we'll definitely get into our AA Texas League standings. And so far, we're going to see what we could do about that one game. Well, Amarillo winning their 35th. They beat Midland by a final score 7-0. And so the Rockhounds still down by 5.5 games back against San Antonio, 6.5 against Frisco, bunch against Amarillo and Corpus Christi. And so far, Springfield 46-30. They beat Northwest Arkansas last night. And boy, they did pretty good. They got their 46th win of the season by winning the final 4-3 against the Naturals. And so far, that was a pretty good ball game, let me tell you. Well, I bet it was, John, and so far, pretty good on that one. Yeah, it is. Well, anyway, fixing to get started on this beautiful, or should I say not beautiful, it is a cloudy Wednesday night as we bring you this live broadcast here in San Antonio. It is game 2 of a short 3-game at-home series. And tomorrow, don't forget, we are wrapping up the first half here at home. So don't miss us too much while we're on the road. But anyway, I think Bob and I will take our road travel with San Antonio. We head to Corpus Christi, and we'll have to take a car. So anyway, we could come back to San Antonio, and we will pretty much be ready for what is a pretty good work week thus far. Ben Gelman will finish the first half in Wichita, and so far a lot of us will be watching at Wolf Stadium. Don't forget, get your tickets now at samissions.com. Purchase and print your tickets from home. We'll also follow the Missions all season long as we get ready to conclude the first half of the regular season. We do start the second half on Friday, July 18th. We have a 9-game homestand, a leadoff 3 against Amarillo and 6 against Midland. And so far, that will be pretty good. But anyway, as we get set for this one, we want to welcome all of our military members here tonight. And we thank y'all for coming in. We're going to have a pretty good time. So without further ado, and I do mean further, let's take you down into our ball game here in San Antonio, Texas. Well, cloudy skies this evening as we get this one going. And yes, it is a cloudy evening. So it was like this yesterday. So anyway, game 2 fixing to get going. First pitch coming up, but just moments away from that. Ryan Berger getting the call for game 2 with this short 3 as a 4-seam slider, a changeup, a 2-seam, and a sweeper gets ready to go for San Antonio on the hill. But anyway, about ready to get things rocking and rolling here tonight as Corpus Christi second baseman Jesus Bastidas leads it off for Corpus Christi, and we're about ready to go. Here's the first pitch by Ryan Berger. 3 magic words, so let's play ball underway as that one is off the catcher's glove, and it's 1 ball and no strikes. We are 7-12 this evening as we are just about getting underway. And here's the pitch. That one skied to high in right field. Campbell is under it, makes the play, and there is 1 down. With that, let's give the Corpus Christi starting lineups. Bastidas, Baez, and Encarnacion, the leadoff 3. Daniel Smith-Deming, middle. Cole, Jaworski, and Lavastida rounded out for Corpus Christi here this evening. In now, right fielder Luis Baez will dry up next. Got a great home crowd. We've still got a lot of kids out of school. Kids are absolutely loving their summer's vacation. Hey, John, if I ask a question, did you enjoy being a kid way back then going to school? Well, I would say 50% yes, 50% no. But evidently, we stayed in school. We started in pretty much August. I was thinking of the month that we started in. But anyway, you know, we'd have school registration about middle half of July. School would start on the 21st day of August. And so far, pretty good as well. That one right there, lined to Rojas at third. Boy, he makes the catch. And there's 2 down. Luis Encarnacion coming up now. He's the first baseman for Corpus Christi. Pretty good right here. In the windup, here's the pitch. That is an inside strike. The count now, 0-1. So for those that know that rained out ball game, they played the 5 innings, and Amarillo took that game by a final 7-0 against Midland. So far, 2 more games left. They'll have games 2 tonight, game 3 tomorrow, and then short 3-game set against Arkansas on Friday, July 18th, which that is pretty good. Arkansas heads to Midland, and so far they will start the second half, and then Midland will head to San Antonio right after that, starting on July 21st, I do believe. And okay, yeah, I'm right. All right. We're on the same page here, Beth. Oh, okay. That's a good thing, John. But anyway, no balls, 1 strike to the left fielder, Zach Daniels. as he comes in. Bergert now threw his first 10 pitches of our ball game as he hits that one high and outside, and the count now 0-2. Well, after our 3-game set in Corpus Christi, Bucks will stay home and get ready for their last 6-game set against the Springfield Cardinals, which that is pretty good. With that one high, and that will get up to the first baseman Castagnon, and that will do. So no runs on a hit, no errors, and one left for Corpus Christi. We now head to the bottom of the first, and it's no score through the top half of one. We're back here for the bottom of inning number 1, San Antonio up to bat right after these messages. Now set to go for the bottom of the first for San Antonio right now, the Missions Baseball Network. Well, we got a left-hander for Corpus Christi, Colton Gordon, as he comes in. What do we know, Bob? Well, 4-seam, slider, curveball, and a changeup would do pretty good for his arsenal. But that curveball, you got to watch out because he could throw an even bigger number than that 76. If you don't watch what he's doing, he just strike you out looking. San Antonio left fielder Albert Fabian trying up now for the San Antonio Missions. And we are about ready to go. Here is the pitch down and outside. Slider and bottom of one is underway. 1 ball, no strikes to Fabian as he comes on in here this evening. Well, second baseman Nerwillian Cedeno still out on leave. Tonight filling in his position is Acuna. Acuna will come in and cover him while he's gone. 2 balls and 1 strike to Fabian. And here's the pitch. That's going to be high fly in the air. And that'll get to the left fielder for the out. And there's 1 down. Well, here's the San Antonio lineup. Fabian Salas Mears will be the leadoff 3. Castagnon, Campbell, Roeder middle. Rojas, Acuna, and DeVries round out the batting order for San Antonio here this evening. Ethan Salas, the catcher, coming up now. It is Francisco Acuna who will cover the second base area today and might be tomorrow. That is right there, skied right up the left center field. That is a base hit. Salas has a double, and that is, my friends, a double meat cheeseburger coupon courtesy of our friends there at Whataburger. And so far, it's a choice of medium French fry or an onion ring. And that beautiful drink that we all love, that is Dr. Pepper. Center fielder Joshua Mears coming in, takes a strike inside. The count now 0-1. 1 on, 1 out here in the bottom half of the first for San Antonio. So pretty good right here. Getting set to go. The wind up the pitch by Colton. And here he goes. That one is outside. 1 ball, 1 strike. Cloudy conditions, temperature 81 degrees. Boy, it feels like fall nearly. Man, just really wished we had many more days just like this. It would have been perfect. So that will be a fly out up the left field. And that is out number 2. So the guy out there at second, still holding on. Here is first baseman Marcos Castañon. So yeah, if we think we can do a 6th game against Corpus Christi this week, that would be pretty good, Bob. I got to say, John, if you want to go to Corpus Christi, we could go to Corpus Christi. And so far, Bayfront Park, you know, they can finish the series up there, and then we'll head home and let Ben do the series up in Wichita, if that's okay. Oh, well, we'll think about it. I mean, it's either do it or don't do it, but anyway, we'll see what happens. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Castañon, and here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Got him. And that ends the inning. So no runs on 1 hit, no errors, and they leave 1 on base. We head now to the top of the 2nd for Corpus Christi. It's no score, 3-1. And we'll be back with third baseman Cam Smith coming up now for Corpus Christi right on the show. Leading off the top of the 2nd inning for Corpus Christi, third baseman Cam Smith. Thank you, Bob, and we're set to go. Top of inning number 2. We bring you this one live from San Antonio, Texas. That is right there, in for a strike, and the count now at 0-1. Gotta say, nice temperatures this evening, better than 100 degrees. Look like a chicken doing that. That's right there. The count now 0-2. See, swings and misses on that one. The pitch, that's down and in. A sweeper down for the ball. The count now 1-2. So far, we do apologize. We'll give you your ball clubs. Corpus Christi at San Antonio, Wichita at Tulsa, Northwest Arkansas at Springfield, Arkansas at Frisco. And they're going to charge him with a pitch clock violation, and that will even up 2-2. Here's the pitch. And that is full. Count now That's 3 balls and 2 strikes. Thinking that Midland could be in another rain delay with all the rain that part of Texas has been getting. Brady just 2 hours and 15 minutes from San Antonio. Getting some thunderstorm activity as well. Here's the pitch. And that's going to be right there. Castagnon has it. And he does not call for reinforcements as that's out number 1 as he steps on the bag to retire Cam Smith. Designated hitter Austin Deming coming up now for Corpus Christi. And the pitch. That one is high fly in the air up the center field. And boy, they will miss that one. Does the center fielder Joshua Mears nearly had that baseball, but evidently comes up empty-handed. Instead gets reinforced by the right fielder. And here is Zach Kroll. And boy, he's going to hit that one high in the air up to left field and right on the wall. Fabian makes terrific catch. And so far, pretty good on that one. Well, that'll bring up the shortstop Chase Jaworski. The 8-hole cleanup batter takes a strike inside. It's the count now at 0-1. Runner at first, 2 down here in this top half of inning number 2. And that's going to be lifted high in the air up to center. Mears has it, and that ends the inning. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, 1 left as we head 2.5 into this game tonight, and it's no score through 2.5. Campbell, Roeder, and Rojas will lead it off when we come up for the bottom half of the 2nd inning for San Antonio. And yes, no score through 2.5. About set to go for the bottom of the second inning for San Antonio right now on the Missions Baseball Network. Thank you, Bob. And right fielder Jacob Campbell coming in now. Leading it off for the bottom of 2. Here's the pitch by Gordon, and that's a strike inside. The count now at 0-1. San Antonio having one hit this ball game, trying to put runs in this game. Losing last night to Corpus Christi 8-6, the final. Boy, 2 runs out of losing that one, and that was just rough around the edges for San Antonio last night. No balls, 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Got him. And there's one down as Jacob Campbell goes down for the second strikeout. First out for the bottom of 2. Here's the designated hitter, Cole Roederer, as he stands in. And this takes a strike inside, or a ball. Yep, major look. Got you pretty good. 1 ball, no strikes. Thank you, Jeff Andrews, for just relaying the message here in the booth. Right there in the count now, 1-1. It'll be a pretty good night thus far here for baseball, and you're listening to Missions Baseball here on YouTube Live. That one's got high in the air up to center, and that is caught by the center fielder as he will make the play for the out. And there is 2 down. Yendry Rojas, the third baseman, coming in. Could be another 1-2-3 inning if they don't do anything here. Yeah, I got to say, John, it could be pretty much good on that. That one high in the air up to right field, and that's got a chance. It does. It's out of here. Yendry Rojas, third baseman, hits one straight away right field, and he comes home with it. Boy, welcome back to San Antonio, boys. Boy, and pretty good right there as he gets in and just whacks it to right field. And so far, we'll show you the instant replay. 369 foot right off our video board, 97.8 mile per hour. With that right there, pretty good. Here's the second baseman in the 8-hole spot, Francisco Acuna, as he comes in. Going pretty well, and San Antonio up 1-0 after that home run by the 7-hole hitter. Boy, pretty good as Missions now have a 1-0 advantage against Corpus Christi. That's a ground ball straight away short, and that will go to first for the final out. Yendry Rojas getting the run in to score on a hit, no errors, and nobody left for San Antonio. Third inning coming up. San Antonio up 1-0. Brian Lavastida will strike up for the third inning for Corpus Christi when we come back. Top of the third inning for Corpus Christi right now, the Missions Baseball Network. Well, that'll bring up Brian Lavastida, 9-1-2, taking on Ryan Bergert. The windup and the stretch is taken in for a strike, and it's count now 0-1. No balls, one strike. And that one's going to be right there. That's a line drive up to right field. That's a base hit getting down. And Corpus Christi now having another base runner on base. They've had at least a few during the last two innings of this broadcast. And so far trying to get in there. The leadoff batter is Jesus Bastidas as he comes in. And he's going to hit that one straight away center. And boy, that one is gone. And Corpus Christi says, you don't hold on to that lead for much longer. And they will round two home by Jesus Bastidas. 406 foot, 108.3 mile per hour. And boy, they're trying to win their 28th of the season, which that'd be pretty good. They are making a little progress going through this end of the first half. That one skied high in the air up to left field. Fabian has it in sight, and there is one down. Corpus Christi leading this game 2-1 against San Antonio. Top of the third inning, here is first baseman Luis Encarnacion as he gets ready to go here this evening. Here's the pitch, and that's going to be right there. That is a fair ball right as it hugs the line, and that's a one-out single. Francisco Acuna gets the ball back in quickly, and that was pretty good that he did, because evidently that would have been a double if it hadn't gotten in. But boy, third runner for Corpus Christi in on base. That's a potential run for the Hooks here this evening. One ball, no strikes to Daniels. Here's the pitch right inside the corner, and the count now 1-1. Ryan Bergert doing pretty good now at 29 pitches for the start of his night here for San Antonio. And that is going to be fouled off. The count now 1-2. One ball, two strikes to count now to Daniels. And that's going to be lofted high in the air, skied to left center. Joshua Mears will make it in short work. And Daniels is set off retired. Pretty good on this one. Third baseman Cam Smith grounded out last time up. Two gone, one on. Corpus Christi leading this game 2-1 here in San Antonio tonight. And he'll take an inside strike, and the count now at 0-1. No balls, one strike. And the pitch.
That's a balk.
And that's going to be a balk right there. He awards him second base. And they're wondering why that happened. He's like, okay. No balls and one strike. Here's the pitch. And that's a swing and a miss.
0-2 is the count.
And the count now 0-2. No balls, two strikes. Then the pitch. Swing and a miss. Got him. And that will be it. But Jesus Bastidas will be a two-run home run for Corpus Christi. And the Hooks have the front lead. It's now a 2-1 ball game as San Antonio trails just a run. We're back here bottom of three as Leo Dallas DeVries, Fabian and Salas will come in for Corpus Christi when we come back. Now set to go for the bottom of the third inning for San Antonio right now on the Missions Baseball Network. Well, that'll bring up the shortstop, Leo Dallas DeVries, as he comes in. And gotta say, pretty good as that's an inside strike at the count now 0-1. DeVries is a tying run, so hopefully gets one over the wall and puts this game to a tie. Here's pitch outside for a ball, and the count now even 1-1. I gotta say, day after tomorrow is 4th of July, and so far everybody is off.
Ball two.
Except our baseball clubs.
2 balls, 1 strike.
San Antonio heads to Corpus Christi for the 4th through the 6th. And that is going to be right there, fouled off. The count now 1-2. Well, after Corpus Christi takes on San Antonio, they'll have to take on Springfield to wrap up the first half. San Antonio on the way to Wichita after that, which that would be pretty amazing. Well, Ben Gelman will be coming at you live on that one.
The left fielder, number 30, Albert.
That'll bring up the left fielder, Albert Fabian, after Leo Dallas DeVries flew out. 29 pitches for Colton Gordon. Do apologize, Colton. No balls and 1 strike to Fabian as he's batting up next. And a pitch. That one right there out of play. The count now 0-2. Gotta say, got a few peaks of sunshine coming through, but cloud cover will still stay with us. That one is high outside for the ball. The count now 1-2. We've had rain like almost the whole day nearly, and it was here and there, little rain showers, maybe a rumble of thunder. Who knows? I mean, we've had it all. Well, right there, third strikeout
Catcher, Ethan.
for Albert Fabian.
Dallas.
And there's 2 down. Ethan Salas now coming in. Here's the pitch. And that one is lofted high in the air up to left field. Left fielder has it, and there's nothing doing here for the half inning. No runs, hits, or errors. Nobody left on for San Antonio. We head to the 4th, and it is Corpus Christi leading this game 2-1. We're back here as Austin Deming will lead it off, with Cole and Jaworski will follow in behind right after our proud sponsors of West Creek Trail Rides. It is now on to the top half of the fourth inning, set to go for Corpus Christi right now on the Missions Baseball Network. Austin Deming coming up now, 6'7", due up against Ryan Berger, as he will start his fourth inning on the mound for San Antonio. And the pitch, that one is right there. Liner straightaways to center field. And that is a leadoff base hit for Austin Deming. Boy, and he comes out of the bullpen and immediately sees the first pitch and whacks it straight to center. And that is good. Zach Cole coming in now as he swings and misses after that fastball slider. And the count now at 0-1. He flied out as 0 for 1 here today, the ball game. And the 0-1. That one's got high in the air. And Campbell runs it down right on time, nearly hitting the ground. And boy, don't ever let that ball hit the ground as long as you can try to avoid base hits and stuff. But anyway, he came through and got it right on time. Shortstop Chase Jaworski coming in. 1-on-1 out here in the top of the fourth inning. Corpus Christi up 2-1 against the San Antonio Missions. And that is outside the count now, 2-1. Ryan Berger is having a talk with the home plate umpire, Jeff Andrews. And he did not like that call at all. I don't blame him if he did or not, but evidently he was wondering where that pitch was. That one's right there, high, and then right there up to left field. That's a base hit, so 2-1. So Jaworski gets on base, and now here is Brian Lavastida. Lavastida coming in. Ryan Berger waits, and here's the pitch. That is a foul off for the count now, 0-1. Lavastida, 1 for 1 single here this ball game. And the pitch. And that is inside for a strike. The count now 0-2. Could get out of this half inning for a double play, and that would give San Antonio a good double play for tacos, which that would be pretty good. That's a swing and a miss right there. Lavastida down on strikes. And that's the second strikeout for San Antonio here for Ryan Berger. Jesus Bastidas coming in now. He was a 2-run shot last time up in the third inning. Is 1 for 2, which that is pretty good. As he takes a strike. And the count now 0-1. 43 pitches for Berger. Could be his last inning of work here for San Antonio. That one's going to be high flying in the air. And that is getting down. Boy, the left fielder Fabian takes quite a tumble to attempt getting that ball. And so far, boy, that could have almost hurt him, as take quite a tumble like that and you might just get something and you might hurt yourself or whatever. But anyway, enough said on that one. No balls, 2 strikes to Bastidas as he's down. An 0-2 count, 2-1-2 out here in the top of the fourth inning. Corpus Christi 2-1 against San Antonio here in this game. The 0-2. And that one is skied to right field. Campbell getting after it right on the warning track, and that ends the inning. No runs, 2 hits, no errors, 2 left on. And we had 4.5 in this ball game. Corpus Christi leading 2-1. Mears, Castagnon, and Campbell will lead it off bottom of 4 when we come back from commercial messages. Well, as we get set to go for the bottom of the fourth inning for San Antonio, let's go ahead and turn it over to John Baker as he delivers us some Texas League scores. Alrighty, Bob. Well, we're about set to go as we have some Texas League scores coming at you. Springfield leading Northwest Arkansas 6-2 in the bottom of the second inning. Corpus Christi leading this ball game 2-1 against San Antonio. No score there in Tulsa. They are top of the fourth inning against Wichita. And so far, just no score. Well, anyway, that will pretty much do it. Let's get back to our broadcast. Here is center fielder Joshua Mears as he leads off the bottom of four. 3-4-5 due up against Colton Gordon, as that is an inside strike. The count now at 0-1. So pretty good right here as ball game just moving along nicely here on this Wednesday night.
Outside, that's a ball.
And that is outside for the ball. The count now 1-1. One more day of the work week, and so far we're just happy that we're off Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and
Nope.
well, so far we got baseball during those days. We're up in Corpus Christi. And, yep, we are playing the Hooks, but my other job is we are off on that day. That one is high fly in the air up the left field, and the left fielder will run it down. And that is out number one.
Number 6,
Marcos Castanon coming in now, as he was a strikeout victim last time up. He was 0 for 1. So far, pretty good. Here's pitch. That one is a high pop-up right there. First baseman has it, and there it goes. Out number 2 that was a wasted RBI opportunity right there for Castanon. Frisco is being trailed, I guess. Well, never mind. Arkansas. And did I forget about them? I guess I did. I'll be darned. But Arkansas leading the Frisco Rough Riders there at Statesman's Park. It's 1-0. And that's going to be right there, a ground hopper. The third to first, and that is the inning. No runs, hits, or errors. Nobody left on for San Antonio here in this ball game. 4 innings come and gone as we head to the 5th. Corpus Christi leading 2-1. Baez, Encarnacion, and Daniels will lead it top of 5 when we come back. Well, we're back for the top of the fifth inning for Corpus Christi, right now on the Missions Baseball Network. Thank you, Bob. Luis Baez coming in now as he is set to go. And, yep, we are going to have a San Antonio pitching change. That is Jason Blanchard coming out. And so far, everybody should get a 4-inning on the mound. And so far, that will pretty much do for the starter, Ryan Bergert. Luis Baez meeting up Jason Blanchard, 2, 3, and 4 against the reliever on the mound, and that's going to be an outside ball. The count now 1 ball, no strikes. Corpus Christi 2, San Antonio 1 here in the 5th inning. We are getting through this ball game like nothing else on this Wednesday evening. And that's going to be an inside strike. The count now at 1-2. Great crowd we have here on this Wednesday. And the 1-2 right there, fouled off. The count now holding at 1 ball, 2 strikes. 1-2. Here's the pitch. And that's fouled off, still staying the same. 1-2. Called third strike. It got him down. And that will pretty much be the first out here in this top half of 5. Here is first baseman Luis Encarnacion. 2 for 2 of the evening. That is an inside strike. The count now 0-1 to Encarnacion. He was 2 singles the last time up for Corpus Christi. And the pitch, that is right there. Slow roller to shortstop Leo Dallas DeVries. He'll give it to Castañon, and that is 2 down. Zach Daniels coming in now. Fly out and a pop out 0 for 2 to the left fielder. Which that is pretty good. Here's the pitch. Right there, swing and a miss. The count now 0-1. No balls, 1 strike. Here's the pitch. And that one skied high in the air up to right field. Campbell on his horse, and he makes it right there. And that with that side is retired. So no runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on for Corpus Christi. 5.5, and it's Corpus Christi 2, San Antonio 1, as we lead off the bottom of 5. Roederer, Rojas, and Acuna will round it out when we come back in the bottom of 5. As we go to the bottom of the fifth inning, we salute our military members, those that came in our ball game. And so far, God bless America. And if you are military, we ask that you please rise and we just recognize for your service and just thank you. Well, thank you, Bob. And so far, we are just about set to go for the bottom of five. And so far, we just ask that anybody that comes into our ball game, and we're just so ever grateful that we have a military that loves America and that loves every single one of us. So if you are current or retired military, we ask that you please rise and be acknowledged now.
Just my children and my wife. Thank my lucky stars to be living here today. 'Cause the flag still stands for freedom, and they can't take that away. And I'm proud to be an American, where at least I know I'm free. And I won't forget the men who died, who gave that life to me. And I gladly stand up next to you and defend her still today. 'Cause there ain't no doubt I love this land. God bless the USA. From the lakes of Minnesota to the hills of Tennessee, across the plains of Texas, from sea to shining sea, Detroit down to Houston, and New York to LA. There's pride in every American heart, and it's time we stand and say that I'm proud to be an American, where at least I know I'm free. And I won't forget the men who died, who gave that life to me. And I gladly stand up next to you and defend her still today. 'Cause there ain't no doubt I love this land. God bless the USA. And I'm proud to be an American, where at least I know I'm free. And I won't forget the men who died, who gave their life to me. And I'm glad they stand up next to you and defend her still today. 'Cause there ain't no doubt I love this land. God bless the USA.
Well, we lead off the bottom of the fifth inning as we have a beautiful song called I'm Proud to Be an American. Well, Cole Roederer stands in now as number 5, bottom of 5 as we come into football's 2 strikes to the 6-hole batter. And so far this 4th of July, we thank our troopers, those that serve. That's right there, high in the air, up to center, and boy, he misses it. Oh my goodness. That's going to be right there. Going first, going to second. He's going to go. He's got a no-out triple right there. Oh, my goodness. And San Antonio's got the tying run. Boy, and I tell you what, that center fielder really just missed it right there. And man, that was rough around the edges. Third baseman Yendry Rojas coming in. He's 1 for 1. Solo home run back in the second inning. So for our military members, we thank y'all for a valiant service. And that's why we say God bless to every single one that comes in this ball game. And that is why we have Military Appreciation Night here at the ballpark. What a beautiful song by Lee Greenwood as he sang Proud to be an American, and it's a beautiful song. Well, I don't own the music and stuff, but every credit goes to him. That is right there, and that is foul. The count now is 1 ball and 2 strikes. So this 4th of July, we honor those that have served and those that have been retired. That's right there. Line drive. That ties up the ball game to center field. And now Corpus Christi and San Antonio tied 2-2 on the RBI single by Yendry Rojas. He comes through. And boy, pretty good on that. Well, whether you're going out to the beach or you're going out having a good time this 4th of July, make it the best year possible. Second baseman Francisco Acuna comes in. Here's the pitch to Acuna, and that's going to be right there. That's a liner straight away up to left field. That's a base hit. And that's going to put runners at second and third now. Still nobody out. Francisco Acuna getting a double, and that's why we have Whataburger for a reason. Everybody in tonight, including our military, our people that serve, gets free Whataburger coupons courtesy of that Francisco Acuna double. Shortstop Leo Dallas DeVries comes in, 0 for 1 fly out. Golden opportunity to put San Antonio right where they need to be. In the pitch, and ouch, that got him, and that's going to load up the bases.
Number 30, Albert.
The left fielder, Albert Fabian, is 0 for 2, strikeout and a flyout kind of guy. And I'll tell you one thing, Bob. This guy could be a real grand slammer. Yeah, he sure can. We've seen him during that time in Amarillo hit a grand slam, and boy, I tell you one thing, that was just pretty good. And I gotta say, absolutely right. Here's the pitch. That is inside for a cold strike. It's 0-2. Bases loaded here in the bottom half of the 5th inning. We're tied 2-2. And that's going to be right there. That is a run in to score. Everybody is safe. 2 runs in on 2 hits. San Antonio taking back the lead. It's now 3-2 Missions. And boy, it is getting pretty good. Well, the reliever, or should I say the starter, Colton Gordon, is out of the ball game. He is responsible for the bases being loaded, and that'll bring up Jose Fleury. 4-seam, changeup, slider, curveball, and a 2-seam fastball. His weapon of choice is that nasty curveball, let me tell you. 2 runs in here in this half inning. Bases loaded up, and that's going to be right there. And they get 1. They do not overturn, and San Antonio plates their 3rd run of the half inning. San Antonio now leading 4-2. Here's center fielder Joshua Mears as he comes in. And so far, pretty good right there. He has an opportunity of putting more on the scoreboard. And a righty Gomez and lefty Wyman warming up in the Hooks bullpen right now. So first and third, one away, 3 runs in the score, and that's going to be lofted high in the air. And here comes the run, is in the score, and that'll plate run number 4 here in the half inning. San Antonio up now 3 against Corpus Christi by Joshua Mears as he comes in, and he pops that one out to bring the guy home at third. One of the brothers at third. Marcos Castañon coming in as he swings and misses, and the count now at 0-1. 4 runs, boy, 5-2 is our new score as San Antonio comes through, and they put one right there. That one skied high in the air up to left field. Boy, that's got a chance, and that will hit the wall. By golly, few more inches, and it would have been a 2-run shot. Well, 4 runs, 5 hits, no errors, and 1 left for San Antonio. We head to the 6th. The Missions have the front lead. It's 5-2 against Corpus Christi. We're back here as third baseman Cam Smith. Deming and Cole will lead it off for the 6th when we come back. It's San Antonio 5, Corpus Christi 2. Well, about set to go for the top half of the sixth inning as here comes the third baseman, Cam Smith. Here is John Baker. Thank you, Bob, and welcome you back to Texas League Baseball. Right there, that is going to be a well-hit, executed base hit. And so far, that will be a leadoff single to start up the sixth inning for Corpus Christi. Here is Austin Deming, 2 for 2 of the day, and that's also going to be a base hit right there. And that's going to put the runner going home. Is in. Oh, they got him! Oh my goodness! What a close play! Oh man, they got him right on cue. They picked him off at the plate. And that is one thing you do not do. Don't get overzealous. Here is Zach Cole. As he comes in and takes a strike inside. The count now 0-1 to the center fielder Cole. He's 2 flyouts, is 0 for 2 of the evening. And that is right there, the count now at 0-2. Don't forget, one more game with Corpus Christi tomorrow evening here in San Antonio. Then it's off to Corpus Christi for the second half of 3.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Still debating whether if we are going or if we're not going, but 9 games to Ben Gelman. And right there, that will be strike 3 as Cole goes down on strikes. And so far, pretty good on that. Shortstop Chase Jaworski coming in, 2 out, runner at second. They tried to score in this half inning, but evidently, guy going from third gets picked off at the plate, and that was right on time. That was beautiful, well executed. And we'll remember that in Texas League history. No balls, 2 strikes to Jaworski. And the pitch. That one is high for the ball. The count now at 1 ball and 2 strikes. And the pitch. That one skied high in the air up to center field. Joshua Mears getting under it and makes the play. And they tightrope out of danger. So, wow, what a inning of adventure. That's pretty good. Campbell, Roeder, and Rojas will lead off the middle half of the order when we come back. It's Texas League Baseball. San Antonio holding this lead 5-2. Bottom half of the sixth inning set to go for San Antonio right now on the Missions Baseball Network. Thank you, Bob. Here is right fielder Jacob Campbell, 5'6", due up against Jose Fleury.
Nope.
As
Outside.
that one is outside for a ball. The count now 1-0 to him. As we are underway of bottom of the sixth for San Antonio. 1 ball, no strikes. Here's the pitch. That one's skied high in the air. That is up to left center. That's a base hit. It gets down, and that could be a double for Campbell, and it will be. And so far, the sixth potential run for San Antonio already getting up in the scoring position. Yeah, I got to say, John, the Mission's doing pretty good tonight, and so far, the best one is still yet to come. Don't forget, on this Military Appreciation Night Wednesday, we do have fireworks here for this one, and fireworks for tomorrow night as well. Missions will pack up. They'll head out for big 9 games coming up. Their first stop goes to Corpus Christi. Their second stop up to Wichita, Kansas. And so far, pretty good. That one, oh boy, nearly getting him in the nose. Boy, look out there. 5-2, our ball game here in the bottom of 6. And the pitch. That one's going to be skied high in the air up to center. And they're waiting on it. And here he goes. He's going to swipe third. And he's there safely after the flyout. And what a magnificent way of getting 90 feet away is getting going. The injury Rojas, but we look at him in the second inning. Boy, he came in and he hit that one pretty good on the screws after a solo shot. Coming in and getting going here. Rojas coming in as he swings and misses. And the count now at 0-1. Well, we'll go ahead and give you your scores. Still no score there in Tulsa. Bottom of 6 and scoreless against Wichita. Top of the 5th inning for Northwest Arkansas as they are in Springfield. The Cardinals lead 6-2. Arkansas 5-4 against the Frisco Rough Riders, and so far they are doing pretty good. Amarillo and Midland have not started their second game, and we are going to find out why they have not started. I guess first pitch will tell us. With 2 down, second baseman Frisco Acuna comes in. But evidently, I think they are going the rest of their inning, even though we'll have to see what is going on.
No, inside.
And that's going to be inside for a ball. The count now 2-0 to Francisco Acuna. Their middle half of the 7th inning, and yes, they played out.
3 balls.
They're playing right now the rest of their game. 7-0 Amarillo as they get to the bottom of 7. I think Amarillo has this ball game well in hand, and knowing that Midland is outmatched in that one. So, Rockhounds getting going for a game 2. Hopefully there will be a game 2 there. 3 balls, 2 strikes to Francisco Acuna. And he'll foul that one away. The count now 3 balls and 2 strikes. 6th potential run for San Antonio, just 90 feet away from scoring in this one. And that is ball 4. What a great hold up. He did not go after that one. Boy, thank goodness for that. Well, that'll bring up shortstop Leo Dallas DeVries, who got hit by a pitch and a run. So far, the Sod Poodles playing that rained out game from yesterday. So the thought about it was, I stand corrected. Oh, how? Well, evidently that 7-0 game, it was top of the 5th inning, and so far they're going to complete the rest of that game, and I think they're going to move on to that game 2. So we'll see. No balls, 2 strikes. Swing and a miss. Got him. And that ends the 6th inning here and there as they will get them out of harm's way. No runs, 2 hits, no errors, 2 left on for San Antonio. We head to the 7th inning, and San Antonio has a 3-run lead. It's 5-2. Back here for the 7th inning as we have Lavastida, Bastidas, and Baez to come up for the 7th inning. We're back after this. Well, as we get set for the top of the 7th inning, let's give you some Texas League scores. Tulsa leading Wichita 1-0, bottom of 6 there at DCJ Field. Arkansas and Frisco tied 5-5. Springfield leading Northwest Arkansas 6-2. And San Antonio leading the Corpus Christi Hooks by 5-2 against Corpus Christi. Well, it is Amarillo 7, Midland nothing there in game 1 of their uncompleted game. And so far they are supposed to play another game tonight or schedule that one hopefully by tomorrow. Do a doubleheader to round out the series there in Midland and then off to Amarillo right after that. Top of the 7th inning, John Baker, take it away. Thank you, Bob. Brian Lavastida coming in now, 9-1-2 against Jason Blanchard. Takes a strike in the inside corner for a strike in there. The count now 0-1. I'll tell you one thing, pretty good on that one, and that's a count now 0-2. Well, I got to say, we are 1 month away from revealing the 2026 schedules. And so far, I hope that we got our fingers crossed that we take on Arkansas and Tulsa next year. We need all 5 North Division teams here in San Antonio because I think it was unfair that the past couple of years we've literally had only 3 North Divisions come to San Antonio. That was Northwest Arkansas, Wichita, and Springfield. Arkansas and Tulsa never came to San Antonio, but we went to their ballparks out of state. It's right there in the count now, 0-1. Now, hopefully we get something going.
Nope.
1 ball, 1 strike to Jesus Bastidas as he comes in. One down here in the half inning, and here's the pitch. That is right there. Second baseman Francisco Acuna steps in. They'll give it to Marcos Castañon there at first, and there is quickly 2 down here in the half of the 7th inning. Right fielder Luis Baez coming in. 0 for 3, strikeout and a flyout. And the pitch. That is right inside for the cold strike. It's 0-1. So far, still seeing a lot of rain on radar. A few showers from time to time. But tonight, tomorrow, and Friday, we should see some rain here in San Antonio. But evidently, missions will be off to Corpus Christi and Wichita to start 9 games on the road to end the first half of this regular season. That is Corpus Christi and Wind Surge. Here's the 0-2. Right there. Castañon gets it and steps on the bag, inning over. Well, get up and stretch, everybody. It's 7th inning stretch. As we head to the bottom of the 7th, San Antonio leads this game by 3, 5-2 against Corpus Christi.
Now,
we're about ready to go as a left-hander will get pitching for Corpus Christi in the bottom of 7 when we return. Well, hope y'all had a pretty fun seventh inning stretch because we are back at it right now for the bottom of seven. John Baker, take it away, my friend. Thank you, Bob.
For Corpus Christi,
Blake Wyman coming in for Corpus Christi
Blake
as he is set to go here for the bottom of seven in relief. Four-seam slider and a two-seam fastball coming in as he'll pitch for Corpus Christi.
The left fielder.
Left fielder Albert Fabian. We're back to the San Antonio roster. Missions have a good night ahead of them if they can hold the 3 runs. That one right there, that's outside. And the count now, 0-1. Ooh, that was a high one if you look at it. Right out of the strike zone, Fabian went after that fastball. Got a pretty good crowd tonight, and that's going to be right there. Line drive. That is a base hit. It goes down to left. And Fabian going to go to second now, and he's got a stand-up double. By golly, that was cool. Yeah, I got to say, John, I mean, after swing and a miss, he came back and put that one far out of reach. And now got a stand-up double for San Antonio, which that is pretty good as well. Ethan Salas, the next batter up for the Missions. His pitch, and that's a swing and a miss. The count now 0-1. He doubled last time, 1 for 3. Evidently, we've seen a few doubles here tonight for San Antonio, which that is pretty good. No balls, 1 strike. Here's the pitch. That is outside for a count now 0-2. But that doesn't make any sense. That one was outside, and that could have been called a ball. But evidently, Jeff Andrews must be in La La Land or something. I wouldn't want to say that out loud to Jeff Andrews because that could really make him an angry guy.
The center fielder.
Well, that will be out number 1, and so far the center fielder Joshua Mears coming in. Ready to go. Here's the pitch. That is outside for the ball. The count now 1-0. 1 out, 1 on. Runner at second. Potential 6 for San Antonio, just in scoring position. And that is also outside. The count now 2 balls and no strikes. Two balls, no strikes. That one is lofted high in the air. And they're going to run after it. And not in time, as that will get down. That's a base hit. And put on the brakes there as second and third. Now Joshua Mears has a double. And that'll put a runner now 90 feet away from scoring position. And what a beautiful base hit that was. One more, and it could put some more in. That one right there. Now to play the count now at 0-1 to the first baseman, Marcos Castañon. 0 for 3, a strikeout and a fly out and a pop out. And the pitch. And that one's going to be skied high in the air, deep to right field. And that one's got a chance. Yes, it will. It's gone. 3-run shot by Marcos Castañon. San Antonio pulls away. It's now 8-2. Man, what a 3-run shot. And boy, that hits the scoreboard. And pretty good on that. Well, anyway, the first reliever for Corpus Christi is out. And so far, they'll turn to the bullpen.
Now pitching for Corpus
and that will bring in Cesar Gomez. as he'll be called upon to pitch for Corpus Christi. 4-seam slider, changeup, and a 2-seam fastball coming in this one. 8-2 our score. San Antonio up by a bunch.
Ball one.
6-run lead against Corpus Christi, which that's pretty good. Like last night where Corpus Christi was up by 8-6 and 3 outs bottom of the ninth, and pretty much San Antonio did not last that long. And that's right there, the count now 1-1.
1-1.
Game 2 of this series this week. Game 3 tomorrow night at 7:05. Our first pitch right there. Flying Chanclas return one more time here at home. Friday we'll have Flying Chanclas there in Corpus Christi. And then we'll have our other 2 days, this Saturday and Sunday, as we normally do here at home.
3-2.
We'll have our road graze after that. Well, Arkansas has that 1-run lead against Frisco at 6-5. Looks like Jacob Campbell just got down a full count now, and he won the battle there on ball 4. Designated hitter Cole Roederer, 1 for 3 at triple. Springfield still leads a 3-run lead against Northwest Arkansas.
Nope,
It's now 6-3. Tie ball game there in Wichita, or should I say Tulsa. Tulsa and Wichita tied 1-1. San Antonio and is leading the Corpus Christi Hooks by 6, 8-2 in this broadcast. Down and in to 2 balls and no strikes to the designated hitter Cole Roederer. Boy, we do have a pretty good broadcast tonight. Fireworks after the ball game. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the best Texas League fireworks. The best in San Antonio as well. 2-1. Right there, swing and a miss. The count now 2-2.
2 strikes.
So pretty good right there. We do have another reliever for Corpus Christi warming up in the bullpen. And so far, pretty good on that. Right there, strike 3 called, and that is down for 2 outs.
Now batting the third baseman.
That'll bring up third baseman Yendry Rojas as he strides up next for San Antonio. Going to loft that one high in the air up to center field near the warning track, and that will pretty much do it. The 3-run shot by Marcos Castañon puts San Antonio up by 6 runs. It's now the San Antonio Missions 8, Corpus Christi Hooks 2. 8th inning coming up, and we'll be right back on this broadcast of Texas League Baseball. Set to go for the 8th inning for Corpus Christi right now, the Missions Baseball Network. Well, Luis Encarnacion comes in now as set to go as Jason Blanchard could get another full innings worth if he keeps this one up. And that one's going to be foul ball, and the count now 0-1. Well, San Antonio's got a pretty good sizable lead. I don't think they could be able to lose this one. What do you think, Bob? Well, a 6-run lead, it definitely makes pretty good right there, John. Yeah, it sure does. No ball, 2 strikes, the pitch. Right there. Bouncer ball right to Acuna, and throw down the first to Castañon, and that ends for 1 out.
Daniels.
Zach Daniels coming in, popped out in the first. 0 for 3 of the evening. Don't forget, weekend baseball starts tomorrow, even though it's a Thursday. And so far, the end of a work week coming up. 2008-43 tonight in attendance. And that's going to be right there. Shortstop DeVries has it. Right to Castañon, and there's 2 quick outs in the half inning. Corpus Christi down to their final 4 outs tonight. That'll bring up third baseman Cam Smith. 1 for 3 with the single that he had. San Antonio leading 6, 8-2. The Missions have that 6-run advantage against Corpus Christi. 1 ball and no strikes, and the pitch. That one right there, now to play. The count now 1-1. Got a great crowd tonight, right, Bob? 2,843. And still climbing just a little bit more. Yeah, I could say about the end of this ball game, we would have 2,900 in total. Oh, wow. That's a pretty good sizable group right there, Bob. Well, that will end the inning as no runs, hits, or errors for Corpus Christi. It's 8.5, and we are going ready for the bottom of 8. Francisco Acuna, Leo Dallas DeVries, and Albert Fabian will lead off bottom half of the home 8th inning when we come back. Bottom half of the 8th inning set to go for San Antonio right now on the Missions Baseball Network. Thank you, Bob. Francisco Acuna leads it off for the bottom half of 8. 8, 9, and 1 due up against Cesar Gomez as he takes a ball in the count now. 1 ball and no strikes. Pretty good night for San Antonio. The Missions up by 6. Which that is a changeup and the count now. 1 ball, 1 strike. So far, pretty good night as we head in this broadcast, which that is pretty good. So right there, the count now is 1 ball and 2 strikes to Acuna. Boy, San Antonio came back and put 4 runs, bottom of 5. They came back in the bottom of 7 as they put 3. And so far, they are up to win this one here this evening. That's going to be right there. Liner straightaway up to right field. That's a base hit. Boy, they come back, and now Francisco Acuna, do apologize for the first mispronunciation of his name. That one is hit high in the air. Leo Dallas DeVries coming up for a quick second. And that is out number 1.
Now batting, the left fielder, Albert Fabian.
Albert Fabian coming in. He's 2 for 4, double, single, an RBI and a run. Coming up for the left field position as he's a leadoff batter, batting left-handed. The batter's box. That one's going to be skied high in the air up to center. And there are 2 down. 2 up, 2 down. Runner at first. That would be Francisco Acuna. Still hanging on at first base.
Now batting,
Ethan Salas, the catcher, coming in. 1 for 4, a double RBI. Just a cloudy night, but it will remain cloudy throughout maybe the next couple of days as we wrap up the first half of this season here at home. Well, don't forget, we're back taking on Amarillo and Midland, 9-game homestand to lead off the second half of our regular season. Starting Friday, July 18th. 7:05 our first pitch when we come back from our 4-break vacation, which that will be pretty good. Ending our 6 games there in Wichita, Kansas. That one fouled off and still holding on. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Pretty good right there for Ethan Salas. And that is outside. He did not swing on that one. And the count now 2 balls, 2 strikes. 2 out, runner at first. That is Francisco Acuna. That one loads the count full, and it's 3-2. Center fielder Joshua Mears on deck now for San Antonio. The last out is Salas. And the pitch. That's going to be right there. Liner straight away, and that's getting down a base hit. And they'll have first and third. They play station to station now. And San Antonio has their 9th potential run on base there at third. Center fielder Joshua Mears coming in as he's set to go. Here's the pitch to him. And that's going to be line drive right to the shortstop area. Can he beat it out? Nope. It'll get him. So that ends the inning. No runs, 2 hits, no errors, 2 left on. And that will put us now to the 9th inning. San Antonio leads this game against Corpus Christi 8-2. Deming, Cole, and Jaworski will lead it for the 9th inning. Last chance here for Corpus Christi to come back in this one. And so far, we are just about ready to go. So anyway, we'll be right back for the ninth inning coming up on the Missions Baseball Network. Top of the ninth inning for Corpus Christi on this Wednesday night as we bring you here this one in this one. Huh? What? Bob, you're being funny. Well, anyway, we lead off the ninth inning with Corpus Christi. This is John Baker. This is Austin Deming as he comes in. 6-7-8 against Jason Blanchard. Fifth inning of work. That is right there, fouled off. And the count now, 0-1. No balls, one strike. And that's going to be right there. That's a ground ball to Francisco Acuna. He'll give it to Marcos Castellon. And there's one down.
The center fielder, number 6.
Corpus Christi down to their last two outs. Here's center fielder Zach Cole. Boy, 0 for 3 of the evening by Cole, and that's going to be an inside strike. The countdown, 0-1. No balls, one strike, and the pitch. That is going to be right there. Line drive, that's a base hit to left. And a double play would end this game if he grounds into one.
The batter, number 1, shortstop Chase Jaworski.
Looks like Zach Cole knows the first baseman Castellon really good well. Speaking of, did they used to go to high school together? I think so, probably, or college. They probably went to maybe out-of-state colleges or here in San Antonio. So no balls and one strike. Well, thank you, Bob, for that question. And that's going to be right there. Acuna steps on the bag, and that was awfully close. Boy, Acuna to Castellon would have put the game down, and that would have been it for the night. Jaworski now retired. Here is the last man up for Corpus Christi tonight, Brian Lavastida. Lavastida coming in, are ready to go. Ready to go. Do apologize for my little stutteriness. Oh, goodness. I crack myself up when I do that. Here's the 0-1. And right there and inside for a count now, 1-1. Boy, Bob, you did the same thing, and I did the same thing. So that tells you and me that we're both even in this broadcast. Yeah, we sure are. Right there, 1 ball, 2 strikes to Lavastida, and he's down against it as this will be the final strike for him here tonight. And the pitch. That one high fly in the air. And the right fielder cannot get there, and that's going to put in a run. And that's an RBI double by Brian Lavastida. So Corpus Christi gets a run back, and now it's a 5-run lead for San Antonio. 5 + 3 = 8, which 53 was always Herbie. And also a famous prospect in the Los Angeles Dodgers affiliation, Don Scott Drysdale. That one high in the air up to the second baseman, Francisco Acuna, will end the ball game, and that will do it for us. Final score in a 5-run win. San Antonio pretty much claims their 46 of the season. That is game 2 here this evening. Corpus Christi now 27-50 for the year. The win goes to Jason Blanchard, and the loss goes to Colton Gordon as he will take the L for Corpus Christi. Well, anyway, let's go ahead and give you some scores, and do believe that everybody's still playing. You know, it's a tie ball game there in Tulsa. Springfield still leading 6-3, bottom of the 8th inning. We've wrapped up here a 8-3 final for San Antonio. Arkansas and Frisco still battling it out as a 6-5 there in their game 2. And pretty good on that. Well, anyway, it was a fun evening for us, and boy, I got to say how impressed I am with the Wi-Fi and with the people that worked very hard on this Wi-Fi. They made sure that our broadcast never acted up, so pretty good right there. Well, tomorrow, our last ever game here in the first half of the Texas League baseball season here at home. And so far, Corpus Christi and Wichita will be San Antonio's 2 stops for the end of the first half. So that will be pretty good. So it'll be a 3-game set against Corpus Christi and 6 up in Wichita. Well, let's go over runs, hits, and errors first for the victorious San Antonio Missions. 8 runs, 12 hits, no errors. And so far, pretty good. Corpus Christi, 3-11-0. Colton Gordon being the loss for Corpus Christi tonight. Yendry Rojas, 2 for 4, a home run, 2 RBIs, with Jason Blanchard being the win on the mound for San Antonio. So that was pretty good. Well, fireworks are now shooting off. Boy, beautiful night as we are watching here on this Military Appreciation Night Wednesday, which that was a pretty fun ball game. I kid you not. Just a pretty good one. Well, anyway, we got one more game here at home, and we apologize if this 6 games did not come in full, but evidently we do split half of these 3 in San Antonio, half of the other 3 in Corpus Christi, which that just sounds rough around the edges on that. But anyway, gotta say, it is what it is, I guess. But after that, we head to Wichita after that short 3-game and the Sunday series that will be done at 1:05. We'll have our off day on Monday, and then our last 6 game of the first half will come in against Wichita. So it'll be the San Antonio Missions taking on the Wichita Windsurge there at the porch. And so far, pretty good on that one. Well, anyway, for all of us here, we had a great night tonight. And we will see y'all again tomorrow night for Game 3, our last home game of the first half, coming in tomorrow. Well, for all of us here, we've had a fun night. And we thank everybody that joined in, and especially those that serve in uniform, our proud servicemen and women that serve. And again, thank y'all for your services to also our military, our police, our first responders, the President of the United States, like DJT, and so far a lot more. But anyway, we thank y'all for your service, and may God bless America and our country as a whole, and God bless our teams, and may the best team win the 2025 season of this year. But anyway, y'all have a good night, and we'll see y'all again one more time tomorrow evening for Game 3 of our split half here in San Antonio and Corpus Christi. And so far, it's going to be a pretty good one. So, yeah, have a good night and safe travels home, everybody.